Hey guys, and welcome back to another video. Hope you are okay on that side of the screen. And today to take a quick look at a really small Wi-Fi and interesting printer. And we are back. So this is a Wi-Fi printer from BENTSAI. I will leave the link down below so that you guys can check it out. There is a campaign on Indiegogo, so if you want to back up the project, go ahead. I will also leave some links down below for the cartridges. There are 7 or 8 different color options and also a invisible color option, which is nice under UV. So just check that out. Now, let me start with the conclusion of what I did experience with this really nice printer. And my really quick conclusion is that it works great, but you will have to get used to it. It's easy to use. It has these 4 wheels right here on the bottom and this bigger wheel here on the top, which will help if you want to print on some surface, on a big surface for example. It will just move ahead, so I have no worries about that. The things that I do believe that it's a bit harder is on small objects where you really need to get used to it, but once you get used to it you will get it done. In a few tries I did get more or less. I do believe that if I practice a little bit more I will be really experienced and I will do a good work enough to present to anyone. Now, how does this printer work? It is powered by a battery, which in terms of capacity I did not check out the specifications, but the link down below will take you to the page and everything will be right over there in terms of information. I do believe that the battery will take at least 2-3 hours, something like that, working and stopping and working and so on and so forth. To connect we just need to use our phone, install the app, connect the printer via Wi-Fi. We can also connect it via USB Type-C, but I don't think that is the best way unless you want to be charging and using at the same time. That could be an idea. If you have a lot of things to print, then just having the cable right over here and print, and you don't need to worry about the battery. Now, once we place in the cartridges inside and connect to the phone, it's ready to be used. Now, there are a lot of color options, 7 or 8, but we can only use one, so it's a monochromatic printer. If you are thinking about pictures and things like that with a lot of details, then probably that's not the goal. But if you are wondering if you can print your company logo or your personal logo, then you totally can. I did try one logo which has 3 or 4 colors, and even like that it did manage to print on blue without being irrecognizable, so it worked really nice. Now, I did test out on different scenarios right over here. On paper, for example, I tried on glass, on ceramic, on acrylic, and once again in glass. And in my opinion, besides all that usage that you can see on their website, on logos, on t-shirts, on visit cards and things like that, I do believe that for decoration objects it's one of the great advantages of having the freedom to print anything that we want at any time. And if you wonder, okay Robert, what about waterproof and so on and so forth? It is waterproof. I did several tests, and my suggestion would be that okay, it's waterproofed until certain point, so I wouldn't use that much in items such as this one, although it looks great. The QR code works great, by the way, so if it gets a little bit smudged like the one on top, it's not the printer's fault, it's just my lack of ability and lack of experience with the printer itself. The one in the bottom looks almost perfect, or I would say perfect, and the QR code just works fine. But in terms of the water resistant, what I find out is that if I pour water and then just clean with a cloth, just great, no problems at all. If I pour some water, or even without water, if I really scratch it, then it will take off the ink. So just have that in mind. I would suggest using it in decoration situations, in cards, in wood, in shirts, things like that. Well, shirts, I'm not really sure about the durability, but for a souvenir or something like that, just great. Actually, they advertise it as being able to print on every surface, and everything that I did test out works awesome. The most difficult, as I said, is just on small objects, because we will need to try and practice and so on and so forth. I also believe that if you print a lot, let's say wooden boxes for your wine company or something like that, if you print a lot and you have to give that job to another company, which that company, as we know, will have to acquire almost the same equipments to print, and it will have to have a profit. So in the long run, I do believe that we will save money spending money on a printer such as this one, and then using it intensively. If you just use it for one or two, then probably that's not the best case. The best would be to just order it from a local shop or something like that. But if you do print a lot, then this is a great option. And don't forget that you will need to get used to it before you are a genius user of a printer such as this one. Now, it has all the tools that will help us to practice and get really good, and in a couple of hours, I would say a little bit less, I did get to manage and do nice work. I'm not still professional, but a nice work right over here. So I imagine that using it for quite several days intensively, I would get it right, and if I do, then also will you. Guys, this is it. Hope that the video was helpful in some way, and if it was, don't forget that usual thumbs up right over there. More info about the printer and the cartridges on the link down below. My name is Roberto, and as always, I'll see you guys on the next one.